much more serious and deep plots and so on.
They're much more literate, I would say.
That's
definitely
what I'm getting at, I guess, because when you see Louise Brooks movies, some of them are well, there's no American movies with Louise Brooks that even compare to what she did in England or in Europe.
Right. I mean, you're talking about Pandora's Box, and yeah. The only two Louise Brooks films I've seen from the silent era is Beggars of Life with Richard Arlen and Wallace Beery. That's from 1928.
Yeah.
Very difficult film to see. As a matter of fact, I saw Bill Everson's print of that many years ago, and I'm trying to think of the other one. It's from 1926 with Ford Sterling, and for some reason the title escapes me.
Well, what? Oh, here we are again.
This is from another movie, Mutiny on the Bounty. And let's see, from left to right, that's DeWitt Jennings and Dudley Diggs playing the ship's doctor. That's Charles Lawton in the middle. He was nominated for Best Actor that year. Herbert Munden is the cook. Yep, he's standing up. And there's a young 34-year-old Clark Gable, and you could barely see him on the right. That's Franchot Tone. Now, this film has a distinction. This film won Best Picture of 1935. And this movie also has the distinction of being the only film where three of its lead actors were nominated for Best Actor.
Yeah, that really
Gable, Tone, and Lawton were all nominated for Best Actor.
Which is we're going to kill either one of them getting it.
Yeah, that's right. Victor McLaglen won that year for The Informer, directed by great picture.
But by that time, both Lawton and Gable had Academy Awards, which won against them too.
Lawton won for The Private Life of Henry VIII from 33, and Gable won the following year for It Happened One Night in 34.
And Tone was never nominated again, as far as I know.
No, although, I was thinking about this film this morning. Tone was great in a movie called Phantom Lady from 1944 with Ella Raines, where he plays a psychopathic killer. And of all people, Alan Curtis plays the hero. Right.
Of course, that's one of those sleeper movies. I don't know if that's what you really call it, but
absolutely.
That holds up today.
Yes,
just as well as some of the ones that are being made today.
Yeah.
One of the wonderful things about seeing the older movies, look at anything shot in say 33, 34, especially at Warner Brothers. When they show inside a house, you saw what inside a house really looked at. Now, when they try to duplicate what a house or an apartment looked like, they go out and buy all this Art Nouveau things, and they make it look like everybody was so smart in style and everything.
Yeah.
When you look at those and they got this faded wallpaper and they've got lamps that were really out of proportion and rugs that didn't fit the walls.
Well, it's curious that you picked out Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers really did go into more realistic, they like showing the Depression as it really was, whereas MGM would try to veer away from the Depression and show more escapist entertainment.
Yeah,
but Warner Brothers was the best in my estimation.
I'm trying to think. As a kid, I remember especially the it wasn't just Cagney, but Cagney comes. Well, Spencer Tracy was. He didn't do many at Warner Brothers. He did
20,000 Years in Sing Sing. He did in 32. I think that's the only one he did at Warner.
But also the one he did at Fox, where he was One Man's Castle.
No, that was Columbia.
That's Columbia?
Yeah, Man's Castle. Yeah, that was opposite Loretta Young. Yeah, that was one he did at Columbia.
Yeah. It's funny. Everybody knows about his long affair with Hepburn. Very few know of his long affair with Loretta Young.
Loretta Young, yeah, that's right.
When I met them at the Hollywood Canteen in '43, they were still dating.
Really?
Yeah, they were there together, and I got their autographs on a Hollywood Canteen napkin, along with 9 or 10 other movie stars.
Oh my gosh! Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah,
that's interesting. No, but Tracy, he was under contract to Fox from 1930 to 1934. His first feature was Up the River, which and he co-starred with a very young Humphrey Bogart. And,
well, Bogart made quite a few movies back then that were total not lost. He was lost in them.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Body and Soul was one. He did another film for Universal in '34 called Midnight. He has a very small part in that.
It's funny when you mention those movies. I was at one of Everson's showings, and it came right to the point where it was a Bogart movie. They're going to reveal the killer, and it was behind a cape, behind a curtain, and just as they went like that, the blackout hit in New York.
Oh.
And burnout, yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
And we were stranded down there. We never knew how the movie ended.
Oh my gosh.
And we had a hell of a time getting back uptown,
Yeah.
as well as everything else. We're getting very close to the end of this. So that
how time flies.
So I'm trying to think if there's. Well, we'll do this again next week. But
okay.
So,
wow.
Just
okay.
Continue on.
I will be here.
But well, anyhow, I'd just like to thank you for being here tonight.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Jerry. Thank you for having me.
All right. So, and what else can I say? I think since we're both mad about movies,
Absolutely.
have to have a new sequence going. Thank you, and come back next week, and you too.